The ninth best performer year to date is SVB Financial, don't yawn. This company's a merchant bank with a deposit base that Wall Street had been mistakenly concerned about. SVB is the old Silicon Valley Bank. Recently bought one of our favorite research firms, Nathanson, and it's become less dependent upon private equity and venture capitalist offerings. Wait a second. Those dried up last year. They could come back. Yeah, some of the comeback here with the stock directly affects an oversold position. Stock was the fourth worst performer in 2022. I think the fears were not justified, and it's a very compelling situation. Hey, by the way, long-term private equity and venture capital, they're not going away. Being the banker to these immense pools of capital has always been a very good business. Stock's still cheap.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and it's just unbelievable that Cramer does it again. I'm telling you, anything he promotes, run. That was him just about a month ago promoting the sale of the stock for SVB. The purpose of this video is to take a closer look at SVB and bring you up to date. Here we go. The bank is a commercial bank that's headquartered in Santa Clara, California. It had 17 branches, which at the time of failure was the 16th largest bank in the United States. It was a member of the S&P 500 index, making it one of the largest companies listed on the stock exchange. This failure or collapse was caused by a simple bank run. It's the largest of any bank to fail since the 2007-2008 financial crisis, and the second largest in history behind Washington Mutual. It had 8,500 employees and $40 billion in revenue. In terms of clients, it had 40,000 depositors and small businesses. 30% are going to fail now to make their payroll in the next 30 days. And it's estimated that those companies have about 10 employees each. That's 120,000 jobs on the line. SVB was investing in mismanaged treasury markets that the Fed and the Biden administration oversee. They've been gambling with deposits, and coupled with the quick rise in interest rates, they miscalculated big time, leaving them with treasuries and HTMs, which are securities that are held to maturity, making their financials extremely fragile. Their $21 billion bond portfolio was yielding just 1.79%, not enough with these higher rates. And venture capital around the world, but particularly in the Bay Area of San Francisco, began drying up. So it was sitting on a mountain of unrealized losses in bonds. And the actual run was sparked by a letter that the SVB bank chief executive sent out to the shareholders. When they announced selling a bunch of securities at a loss on Wednesday, it triggered the panic and many companies began to withdraw from the bank. The stock plummeted, causing more fear, and the withdrawals spread. Banking is all about a game of confidence. When you leverage $10 for every dollar deposited, a run can't be handled by any bank. And you just can't make this stuff up. Forbes named SVB as one of America's best banks of 2023, which SVB retweeted, knowing full well that they were mismanaging their treasury. There's so much that is unsettling. How about that the SVB chief sold $3.6 million in stock just days before the bank's failure? Have a listen to his statement that he put out just a few hours ago.
Hi, everyone. It's with incredibly heavy heart that I'm here to deliver this message today. I want to acknowledge how hard the last really 48 hours have been on all of you, and I care so much about all of you. It really is just so incredibly difficult. I'm trying to look past that and focus on two things. One, I'm focusing on you. I'm thinking about the ultimate outcome of what this could be despite this incredibly difficult time. And two, focusing on clients. Now, as you heard this morning, I'm not making those decisions anymore. which is really hard. But I am working with the FDIC to try to figure out how can we come up with the best outcome for our clients as well as our employees. Now, I know when that message went out this morning, I can't imagine what was going through your head and wondering, about your job, your future, etc. My goal at the end of the day is to figure out how to preserve a small portion of the franchise value that we've spent so much time building, and hopefully find the right partner at the end of the day that the FDIC can work with to have this institution continue in some form or fashion with many of you who I appreciate over so many years. Now, there's no guarantee that something will happen. We don't know exactly what the results will be. So I've got an ask, and it's a completely unfair ask. My unfair ask is this: can you guys just hang around, try to support each other, try to support our clients, work together, which may be again, a slightly better outcome than where we are right now. I know it's an ask, but I know you guys, if anybody, are the right people to ask to be with each other, to be with our clients, to try to come with the best outcome we could think of in this situation. Thank you, and my heart is with you, and it's really hard for me to deliver this message, but I so appreciate all the things you've done for me and for SVB over so many years. Thank you.
Reported by Reuters, Janet Yellen said in 2017 that she didn't believe that there would be another financial crisis for at least as long as she lives. She's 76, for the record. Mike Mayo, Wells Fargo's senior analyst, he tried to calm the sector just yesterday by saying that this was an isolated situation, that these one-off failures can just happen. And he did admit, however, that the raise in rates from the 0 to 5% in this aggressive time frame is probably going to hurt a lot of regional and local banks. Leaving so much of our financial services to just a few is very dangerous. So the big question is for the XRP holders is, did Ripple have exposure? Let me show you what John Deaton just tweeted out. There was a very short list of current companies that are banking with the Silicon Valley Bank. And because Ripple wasn't on the list of 8, someone tweeted that no Ripple. But if Ripple didn't have exposure, as John said, you would already know that. So I agree with him. I think there is some exposure to Ripple. We just don't know at this point how much. But at the end of the day, remember, Ripple is a company. XRP is a decentralized digital asset that secures the ledger. The only connection is Ripple is one of many companies that utilize the ledger and the asset. Don't ever put yourself in a position to hang your hat on Ripple solely to bring value to the digital asset XRP. From what I read on Twitter, it seems that people have finally woke up and realized what fractional banking is. And the world of social media, the days of banks doing as they please, is over. The federal bank regulators, according to Caitlin Long, were mad because people were warning each other about the Silicon Valley Bank. If Twitter can bring down a bank in 48 hours, the regulators have some work to do. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.